it's just more vital, I find, than the sort of like, I know it's data, there's a lot of data involved and it's very data driven, but it's more poetry in it, more storytelling.
This is not natural, man.
It's a great outdoors!
It's sketchy. Their kit list is substantial that I asked them to take because that's what's called elements.
Wetter than an otter's pocket.
Now back on the road, heading about 25 miles on tarmac, and then we go off-road again. We're pretty much going into the middle of nowhere.
Are you leaving your tent up during the race?
Yeah, somewhere just to jump straight back in once I finished.
What's the plan? What are we doing?
We're here to ride further elements.
I definitely think like once the ferry's over, I'm really looking forward to like.
What is happening with this ferry?
Yeah, so ferries like it's really going to be tight on time. So it's a 5-minute ferry, but the last one's at like 9:30 at night.
If you can't get through, find a way through and return to the route as quick as you can.
It's the start of further elements. We're in Scotland, the most remote train station in the UK.
I fucking cracked my rim.
Took far too many risks going down that descent. Got a sidewall cut on my tyre. But on the bright side, it now means I'm out of the race, so I can enjoy the route. Everything's orange. I'm now at the back with Adam, and we've become the impromptu garbage sweepers to pick up anyone who's straggling. just found a Snickers thanks to the Trail Angels.
I was interested in journeys that you can take on a bicycle that you can't take in other ways. So I'm quite interested in sort of joining two bits of landscape together that with a bicycle you can do that if you were going to have to, say, drive, it would take you 8 hours to do that journey, where on a bicycle it's trying to find routes that are faster and yeah, exploring the landscape. I wish we explore the landscape. That's the main thing.
We've done our first 100 miles, now got 85 miles to get to the ferry, which finishes at 9:30. Got about 6 hours, so we'll see. Out of anywhere I could have been fixing a puncture, that was a pretty scenic spot. Yeah, patched the tube, had a little hole in it. Yeah, so get to the ferry. I won't make it before it stops for the night, so sleep there tonight, get some rest, and then get across tomorrow and push on to do the rest. Now heading across the Balahulish bridge, so we're about 5-10k away from ferry port. Made it across the Corran ferry at about just after 6:30, and a bit of riding in the dark to start with, which is pretty cool with everyone's lights. It's now light, a bit of pink in the sky, a few clouds, seeing some deer crossing the road, some stags, which is cool. Now I've got a tailwind to Port William. The rain has started, bit of a storm coming through. This is the elements part of the race. Stopped at a hotel briefly to get away from the rain, dry off a little bit, and have a pot of tea, which warmed me up nicely. Now back on the road, heading about 25 miles on tarmac, and then we go off-road again. We're pretty much going into the middle of nowhere. The only refuge tonight is a bothy about 60 miles away, but over some big passes, and then hopefully Fort Augustus for breakfast. How's the morale?
Better than it was, I think. Considering the state it was in about 4 hours ago, a cup of tea has solved all my problems.
It's pretty wet.
Damn.
I was starting to dry off and now absolutely soaked again.
Wetter than an otter's pocket.
What was that hiker bike like?
It's a bit interesting, a bit tasty. It's like they only own about 10 yards wide of the hillsides. They had to build a track just vertically straight up. Don't believe in zigzags.
Bags off and across. No, it's not bags off, it's alright. Just lift your bike a bit. You need to do it from the left, from the pedal.
Quite a few river crossings. Oh my god.
Not in the slightest. Like the inside of Community Hall.
Do you know which community hall we're in?
Not a clue. Elgin? Or somewhere near Glen Shield. Bridge of Shield, I think. I hope. But beyond that, no idea.
I like this community hall. I like to stay, please. Even got red melons on the floor as well.
Which we haven't taken.
Dry gloves on, which is luxury. Yeah, no. We've left the village hall. We're setting off last 100 miles. Now I've been hiking for about half an hour. We're heading up to Camban Coffee. This hiker bike is bloody awful, but I'm so glad I'm doing it in the daylight and not at night. It's absolutely breathtaking.
Welcome to Camban Bothy.
Enjoy that hiker bike.
Sure did. Hike a bike. Oh my god. Should have brought my harness.
Oh, hello. Sorry for you.
You know Bothy's well?
A few, yeah.
Yeah,
A few.
yeah.
Was it busy last night?
No, there's just one other. Well, there was one other guy. We both stayed here.
Yeah.
And then we had cyclists coming past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one really stopped. Made it back onto a tarmac road after a lot of bog trotting, river crossings and bumpy tracks. Oh, it feels glorious. So good. Camille, where are you taking us? It smells like rotten eggs. What's for dinner? Chips and vegan chicken strips. Oh, it's so hot. Bumped into Richard again at the Fort Augustus garage. Got some chips and some vegan chicken strips and filled pockets full of snacks. Now I've got about 70k with the highest point of the whole route coming up.
Starting from sea level.
Starting from sea level. Do you know how high it gets? It gets high. 10-mile climb out of Fort Augustus, which is apparently on the Badger Divide, which I've not done yet. And hopefully there's beer left at the Karua station. bloody time, didn't you?
No more punches?
No, I fixed it properly and then it held the rest of it.
Wasn't that lovely? Oh, yeah.
It was a nice end to it.
Yeah.
Nice and smooth.
Cheers. Cheers.
And the insulation was soft. And then you have the river crossing.